With a history stretching back to over 1 million years, Cheddar Gorge is the absolute epitome of ancient Britain. For me, it's very close to home and very close to my heart. Having been going here on a regular basis since I was a kid, be it for family days out or for school trips, and later in life after getting my first car and driving to the gorge all the time, it's certainly a very sentimental place to me.
Even today, after visiting countless times throughout my life, I'm still getting blown away by the beauty this place holds and what the history it holds.
Having formed during the last ice age, where water melting from glaciers formed the river, which wore into the limestone rocks, creating the gorge we see today, this area has had it all. The caves within the gorge have been housing humans for over 40,000 years. And within these caves, the oldest complete human skeleton in Britain was discovered. Cheddar Man, who was found in 1903 in Cobb's Caves, and is said to be a skeleton of a man from 10,000 years ago. His skeleton is now displayed in the National History Museum in London. A replica of the skeleton can be seen in the cave. Cheddar is also the birthplace of everyone's much loved cheddar cheese, which still gets matured in the caves today.
I could easily make one long video about the history of this place, but for now, enjoy the surrounding beauty, join me on a walk and set up camp with me while I answer a few of your questions. Welcome to Cheddar Gorge. How's it going, gangsters? Right then, I'm still absolutely buzzing from the Hadrian's Wall walk, absolutely buzzing from it. So, yeah, that's sort of what inspired me to come out tonight and this wild camp. You know, after like 4 days, 75 miles and like camping, well, 2 of those nights. Yeah, I've still got the itch just to walk and camp. And you know, I sort of realised recently that I've never actually camped out at Cheddar Gorge before, despite the hundreds of times I've been here. So yeah, I thought why not come here, camp. And while I'm doing it, you know, do a little AMA. I put a post out on all social medias, and yeah, I got some interesting questions to answer, so I look forward to that. So for now, I'm just sort of looking for a place to pitch up. It's a bit windy, and yeah, obviously we're high up, so I don't want to go right next to the gorge like I am now. So probably a bit further back. I'm gonna keep walking downhill and see what I can see. But oh guys, I've been coming here since I was a kid. How could you ever get bored of this? How can you ever get bored of that? I'm so lucky to have grown up with this. Honestly, don't know if I could live without it. So, but anyways, yeah, I mean, I saw a few possible places I could have pitched up back there, but like now, it's like a lot less windy. I think the wind's dying down a little bit, but it might, you know, kick off a bit more in the night, and I don't want to be right next to the gorge, exposed to it all. So if I can get a bit more of a wild spot, happy days. I mean, like I said, yeah, got all night. It's now what? I think it's now, what time is it? It's just coming up to 7 o'clock now. So yeah, find somewhere, yeah, a bit further down there. Where it's, oh, there's no slip. Yeah, not so exposed. So yeah, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the Hadrian's Wall video. I certainly enjoyed making it. I certainly enjoyed doing that hike. I'm really now buzzing to do more of that. But yeah, later on in this video, I'll also talk about what's next for the rest of the year, because we're already halfway through. I can't believe it's June now already. So yeah, the first half of the year is absolutely shot by. Like shot by. I can't believe how fast that went. But yeah, that's good, you know. It shows that I'm having a good year. It's been great for the channel. It really has been, guys. So thank you all so much. Right. Let's keep strolling and let's see, and keep an eye out for somewhere to camp. Let's go. looking around for a place to camp, I spotted my first goat. Hey there, buddy. There he is, minding his own business. Look up like I am. See a lot of that around here. Word of advice, right? If you're going to be driving up and down the gorge, just be careful. They do jump out in front of the road. Oh, what amazing animals they are. Right, so anyways, I was thinking about pitching up just up there, but I mean, it's a bit too exposed. Like when you walk down here, it's a lot less windy. Yeah, so I think it's just a good sign that, yeah, probably best not to pitch up there. Like now, yeah, I'm noticing it already, just like going down to this little bit. I just don't know where it would be good, because it's a little bit wild around here. It's a bit wild around here and I'm not very flat over. Oh, there's another massive goat. Yep, they're all around here. I'll show you when we get up closer. There he is. I don't know if I spooked him. There he is. What a beast. Beautiful animal. Honestly, such majestic animals. Okay, let's keep going further down. Like I said, it's a lot less exposed to the wind down here, so like I said, it's pretty wild. Not particularly anywhere to pitch up a tent around here, but I'm sure I'll find somewhere. Let's go. Right, I guess this will do. Nice little wooded spot just off the path. Find like a little area to pitch up my tent, so yeah, that'll do. Still quite early, mine, it's only 7:30, but still. One of the things I like to do when I'm wild camping is just go to bed early. So, you know, as soon as it gets dark, I sit in my tent. So I think we've got like another hour and a half or so, or maybe 2 hours of daylight left, so it's fine. Okay, let's pitch up. Cool, tent all set up. It is on a bit of a slope. Like I went in to lie down to test it, and yeah, I am a bit of a slope, but it's not the end of the world. That's what I mean, like I'm off the main path throughout the gorge. I mean, this is still technically on the gorge, but just you know, beyond the trees. As I was setting up, I saw like 2 BMXs flying down. I'm just thinking, yeah, it's better to be a bit stealth when you camp. Right, so what I'll do before I start answering your questions is get my dinner on, and then yeah, we'll chill out and get your questions out, and then I'll start to tie the night in. Alright, let's get some cooking on the go. Yeah, that wasn't actually too bad for a ration pack. So, anyways, yeah, let's go through these questions. Right, so I've got a handful, so yeah, let's start. What is your best advice for people who are new to wild camping? I'll start off by saying it's going to be uncomfortable, alright? You're not going to have the luxuries at home, like you're not going to have your own bed. You know, you're going to be probably sleeping in your clothes that you've been wearing during the day. It's going to be colder, it's going to be, you know, you're not going to have your bathroom whenever you need it, and you're going to get midge bites. Like already now I'm sort of scratching away at my head and around my wrist where I feel I'm getting bitten. So yeah, that's the sort of first thing I say when to people who are new to wild camping, is that yeah, it's going to be rough for the first few times you do it, but I mean, the more you do it, the more prepared you get. You know, you'll find like you know, tents that are better. Like I've had it before. I've wild camped in like really cheap low end tents, and I've got really cold, and they've like not been waterproof, and the rain has come in. So what do? I buy a better tent, and then obviously the next time it's better. The same with sleeping bags. I've had sleeping bags where I just actually, you know, feel like I'm frozen to death. But what do? Buy a warm sleeping bag, and obviously the next time it's a lot better. It's a lot more enjoyable. So
yeah, the first few times it's just trial and error really. So yeah, just get stuck in, and the more you do it, the more you enjoy it. What effect do you think your adventures have on your mental health? Only positive effects. I mean, being out there, exploring and travelling, and discovering new things, and obviously on the way meeting new people and just spending loads of time in nature can only do good for you. It just makes you a lot more clearer-minded, a lot more level-headed about everything, and yeah, it just helps you just pursue life in a much more laid-back approach, I guess. It's always nice to know that, you know, because obviously when you go to these places, you sort of remind yourself that, you know, why you are who you are, you know, because of the past and because of what your ancestors have left you, and it's just what makes you feel like you really do have a significant spot in the world. So definitely only good. The more time you spend outdoors and the more time you're doing explorations and whatnot, the better. So yeah, it is great for your mental health. What software do you use for editing, and is it easy to learn? I use DaVinci Resolve. It's a great video editor. It's really smooth, it's really straightforward, it's not complicated. And yeah, and I had no video editing experience prior to starting the Western Nomad, and I've literally just shoved myself in the deep end. And yeah, it's I've managed to learn and pick it up really quickly. I think it's sort of, you know, down to the fact I got some experience with music production is how I got so used to video editing so quickly. But I'm still learning, really. I'm still learning. Every now and again I'm sort of picking up new techniques and new methods. So, but yeah, in general for me, I mean, I noticed that video editing is far easier than music editing, like far easier. So yeah, it's definitely, for me, was very easy to pick up. Favourite place to visit? I would probably just say it's Uphill Hill in my hometown, simply because it's very sentimental to me. It's been somewhere I'm going since I was a kid. Lots of fond memories, and it's just got everything I need. It's got a beautiful landscape, it's got beautiful history, and it's got nostalgia. And a lot of the time it's very deserted. So yeah, it's definitely that. I mean, no matter where I go in the world, that'll always be sort of like my place, my number one spot. So I always love just returning there and spending time there. So it never gets boring. What is your experience of rural versus urban people? Yes, yeah, I've experienced both, because like I lived in the city. I lived in Bristol for, well, nearly throughout my whole 20s. The difference between urban people and rural people, well, I mean, yeah, you might think there's this stereotype that, yeah, rural people are more outgoing and active and spend more time outdoors and, you know, that type of thing, and, you know, urban people are more lazy, they spend all their time indoors and, like, you know, they don't appreciate nature as much. But you'll find that's actually not true. I mean, a lot of people that live rural are generally very mundane. They're very much into, you know, the typical computer games and films and all that, which is nothing to do. Don't get me wrong, that's your cup of tea and great, but I mean, they couldn't care less about history and nature. I mean, like, I'm in Cheddar Gorge, and, like, you know, the town of Cheddar, in Cheddar, you know, part of Cheddar Gorge, people who are around there, they don't care less about the history and the beauty around this area. They just couldn't care less. They'd rather, you know, stay in with their computer games and their films and their sort of home comforts. So I mean, like, it's not a default thing. I mean, I've met plenty of people in the city who are very outgoing, who do spend a lot of time in nature, camping and travelling, and you know, around the country and abroad. So it's not, yeah, it's like a stereotype that rural people are more active outdoors and urban people are more, you know, inclined to not do as much outdoor pursuits. It's quite, I would say, for the most part, it's actually quite the opposite. It's quite strange. So, but I mean, on the whole, living in a city, people obviously are not usually themselves. They are, a lot of time, you're surrounded by people with fake personalities, you know, trying to fit in with the sort of social norms to be able to get by and sort of enjoy city life, because obviously a part of it, I would say, how people would enjoy city life is just to be the popular person, I guess. You know, people love the city life because, you know, all the nightclubs and restaurants and all the rest of it, and the pubs and bars, and yeah, they sort of a lot of the time people are just putting on the masks to sort of fit in rather than, you know, be themselves, is what I find with city folk. Whereas like rural people are not like that. You find that they're very much themselves. So because they got no reason to not be. They got no competition. They got no people to please. They are who they are. When did you start wild camping? I'll probably say when I was like 15 years old. I can remember I was at school. One of my schoolmates said, "Yeah, I'm going to camp up in the countryside later." I was like, "Oh, I'll come with you if you want." He was like, "Go for it." And we literally, all we had was sleeping bags. We literally like sort of built a shelter and just crashed under that. And that was it. That was the first time I ever went wild camping. I didn't do it that much, I've got to be honest. Just not something I do all the time. It's just something I do every whip and flip. You've got some people who are obsessed with it. They go wild camping all the time, every weekend, every week, but no, I just do it as of when. What would you say are the main differences between Britain and countries in continental Europe? I mean, when you get different parts of continental Europe, people are different, right? You go to, like, say, you know, around, say, Northern Europe, like the Scandinavian countries and Finland, people are different from there than how they are in Eastern Europe, and, like, say, Poland, Serbia and Hungary. And you know, when you get to the western part of continental Europe, like France and Holland and Belgium, people are very different there as well. So there isn't really a sort of comparison between just Britain and continental Europe. I mean, like, it really does depend where you go, because every country is sort of unique in its own way. But I mean, you know, little things like driving on the other side of the road, having, you know, a native language that everyone speaks, and most people speak, and I think, to be honest, I think for people coming to Britain from continental Europe, I think they experience more of a culture shock than we would go into there, if I'm honest. But the main difference, I don't know. I mean, obviously over in continental Europe, everyone speaks different languages, and, you know, multiple languages. You know, I mean, I got friends in Switzerland who like speak 4 different languages, and obviously we don't do that here. So I mean, not only that, obviously in mainland Europe, it's easy to cross borders. I mean, you can, you know, go around like in a loop from, say, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Liechtenstein, and, you know, so it's a lot easier to get around. So I mean, I think I would say probably a lot more is taken for granted in continental Europe, because it's easier to get around. It's yeah, you got more. Yeah, it's just very easier to get to the gems of Europe. Whereas over here, it's a bit complicated. We're an island. The only way we can reach over the borders flying. I mean, yeah, we can drive, but it's a lot more hassle getting ferries and whatnot. And then obviously, you know, having to deal with insurance, and then the fact that we got you know, right-hand drives. So I suppose there's that. Favourite band? I mean, this is changing all the time. Music obviously is a big part of my life, and but my favourite band? I mean, you know, I like a lot of metal music. I like, you know, I suppose my favourite metal bands are like likes of Emperor, Merciful Fate, early to Muborgir. But outside that, I'm a big fan of like darkwave bands. I absolutely love the band Lycia. They're one of my all-time favourite bands. Also, Dead Can Dance. They're again one of my all-time favourite bands. So, but yeah, it depends what phase of life I'm in. I mean, I'll say recently, my favourite bands, well, but it have to be like Xanius. I really like her music. I listen to her music a lot. Galdercraft, a really cool new folk band. Yeah, a few others. Black Mare, they're great as well. So yeah, there's not really a favourite band, just a favourite bands. This is a fun one. What type of Englishman is the best, and why is it Mercian? It's not Mercians, it's Wessex folk. there is a best type of Englishman. I think we're all unique in our own way. You know, the folk from Somerset are different from the folk from Yorkshire, who are different from the folk from Devon, who are different from the folk from Kent, and so on. And we're all very, we have we'll have our own sort of like unique characteristics and personalities. And there isn't the best. Well, apart from Somerset. Yeah, you may have seen that during that. I was like sort of looking down there, and I was like thinking, I could hear people. I could hear banging, and I actually saw a silhouette through the trees, and I'm thinking, oh damn, am I closer proximity to people than I thought? I mean, there's clearly a farm down there, but it's alright, I'm out of the way, I'm stealth. If anyone asks me to move on, I won't argue, I'll say alright, fair enough, give me a minute to pack my scent up and I'll be gone. So anyway, let's go on to what's next, what's coming up for the Wessex Nomad for the rest of 2024. Right, so basically, I mean, 6 months in, the main goal I had was to hit the 1,000 subscriber threshold, which I have, which is fantastic. I suppose now it's just a case of, because I said at the beginning of the year, there's going to be a push of content, and there has been. I haven't forced anything, it's been coming out very naturally and joyfully. I just basically want to sort of get this channel on the sort of level it should be. I mean, I want to, the next step for me now is to basically get this channel monetized. I may have the 1,000 subscribers, but I'm still a bit of a way from the 4,000 hours of watch time. But I'm not pushing content just because of that. But it's just like, what I'm trying to say is like by the end of the year, it'd be nice to be at that level, rather than waiting like, several years down the line, but I can, because it's a handy level to be at, having that sort of like a monetization, ad revenue money coming in would really be a nice bonus, even if it's just a small amount. And but I don't want you guys to think I am pushing out content because of that, because it's just like one of those things, like you put the work in, you reap the rewards. But I love doing this anyways. Even if I don't end up getting monetized this year, it's fine. I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing. So. Otherwise, what sort of content am I going to be making? Well, I've got a few plans I've had since the beginning of the year, and it's going to be a lot more through hikes. I'm going to try and squeeze a few more in before the end of the year, probably a bit more wild camping. Yeah, it's still going to be varied. It's still going to be sort of just what I do, historical places, beautiful natural landscapes and that kind of thing. I am, like I said, I am going abroad in September, so there will be a video of that, more content around Europe, and just stuff that hopefully you guys enjoy and hopefully find inspirational, because that's one of my main motivators, is to do this for you, to enrich your life and get you out there. All right, I want you to think that what I'm doing is inspiring. All right, because I don't do what I do so you don't have to. That's not what I'm doing it. I mean, fair enough, if you're not capable of going out and doing it yourself, then fair enough. Then yeah, I am glad that I'm doing that for you. But you just think, I've done it, you've seen it now, you don't need to go back out and do it yourself. It's like, well, no. I'm not saying you have to go to the exact places I go to, but just go out and explore. I have actually started writing a book where it's basically talking about this sort of thing, the importance of getting out and exploring, and sort of chapters on my background, on how I started out traveling, and why you should and why it's important. It's not going to be a very big book, because this is actually the first book I've ever written, so it's a completely new ordeal for me. But I'm enjoying it so far. I've had a good start. So it's just like I'm going to be sort of hacking away at it as I get the time. I want it done by autumn. That is essentially my goal. I mean, it's going to be like, I think in the end, this is going to be like a small A5, maybe about 130 pages worth, like 70,000, 100,000 words. So it's not going to be a massive book anyways, so there's no reason why I can't get it done by autumn. So yeah, hopefully that, well, at least at the very least in time for Christmas for you lot to gift to your family. Obviously there's the van I'm still doing up, and I'm going to be doing a lot more van adventures hopefully by the end of the year. It's a bit annoying that I haven't completed it yet, but it's like a slow process. I mean, it's because you know, I work full time, and people that usually work in the vans have a lot of freer time. It's one of those things that does take a lot of time to do, so, and it's expensive as well, so yeah, I mean, it'll be done when it's done. Thank you so much for the support so far this year, guys. It means the absolute world. But yeah, I'm going to be sort of wrapping this video up here. So thanks again for the support this year, guys. It means the world. So thank you for getting me above 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, we'll see where I am at the end of the year. It'll be very interesting to reflect on that as well. So anyway, guys, you know the score. Yeah, follow me on all social media. I'm now on Facebook and X, as well as Instagram and Telegram. So and also, yeah, don't forget to buy me a coffee. That always really helps. And also, what's even better is sign up to my Patreon. Honestly, when I get an email saying that someone's bought me a coffee or someone's signed up to my Patreon, it makes my day. Right then, folks, so yeah, I won't waffle on forever, but yeah, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the AMA, and I hope I've inspired you to come to Cheddar Gorge, and I hope I've inspired you to go wild camping, and I hope I continue to inspire. Alright guys, see you next time, wassail.